Hello aspirants, welcome to Ethical Animal course. This is class 3 of Ethical Animal course. See, let me briefly tell you about what's there in this course. See, this is complete ethics paper course. So I'll have classes on entire section A and case studies. So this will cover entire ethics paper. And my way of teaching is class note centric teaching. That is, the notes I prepared for this course, I will be using that notes and I will be teaching you all the concepts through that notes. And for that, I want you to take printout of the notes and have with you while watching the classes. And that notes will act as your main source. जैसे mains exam से पहले if you have one day to revise ethics, so you will be reading that notes for your ethics paper. And then one of the important aspects of this course is answer writing. In every class, I will be discussing at least one or two answers, like how to read question, how to interpret question, how to write answers, like how to address each part of the question, how to write introduction, how to think points and how to generate points, etc. So this is important aspect because answer writing plays very important role in ethics paper. Then PYQs model answers. See, the notes which you buy, the notes have almost 90% of the PYQs asked in UPSC. Like उनका model answers भी मिलेगा. So that is the good content, relevant content. Then next is like it is one-stop solution for your ethics paper. See, once you watch all the classes and once you write answers, once you know how to write answers, how to write case studies, etc., then there is no need to read any other book or no need to watch any other classes for ethics because this course will try to cover entire ethics paper. So that's about the course. Now let's go to the class. So in today's class, I'll be discussing again few basic things. See, abhi tak we haven't gone into the syllabus. In this class, we will briefly enter into the syllabus. So this topic, ethics and human interface, essence, determinants and consequences of ethics in human actions. So in this class, we will deal with this topic, that is essence of ethics and human interface. So before that, we are discussing basics like what is ethics, what is morals, what are values, what are laws, etc. So now in this class also, we will discuss basics for first few minutes and then we will go into the syllabus, right? So now let's go to the notes and discuss things. See, in last class, we have discussed this question, right? So now in this class, we'll discuss laws and rules and the difference between laws and rules, right? See, laws. See, in last class also, we discussed about laws and relation between laws and morals, etc. So laws are what? Laws are system of rules which a particular country or community recognizes to regulate the actions of its members, to regulate the actions of its members. जो भी members है, like say India have laws. So laws are what? System of rules which a particular country or community recognizes to regulate actions of its members. So to regulate the actions. अगर क्या करना है, क्या नहीं करना है, उन actions को regulate करने के लिए we have laws. Those are laws. So laws prescribe what one must do and what one must not do. So Prevention of Corruption Act is a law. So it prescribes what one must do and what one must not do. Then again, Prevention of Dowry Act is a law. It also prescribes what one must do and what one must not do. So every law prescribes what a citizen of a country or particular community must do and must not do. Right? Laws are made by legislature or executive ordinances. So laws are made by legislature. See, any act or is a law is made by a legislature or executive. Laws are enforced by various agencies through court of law. Laws are implemented through courts of law. Then violation of law may involve penalty or punishment. If you violate the law, either you pay in penalty or you will be punished. You will be put behind the bars. That is punishment. So, and one more thing, laws in modern democracy are minimum level of ethical conduct. We have already discussed. Laws are nothing but minimum level of ethical conduct that society decides for itself. Thus, laws act as source of ethical guidance. Laws act as source of ethical guidance. Laws act as source of ethical guidance. So, laws are what? Nothing but minimum level of ethical conduct. We discussed moral से ethics बनता है, ethics से laws बनता है. So, when society का जो भी जैसे if society is considering rape as unethical, so there will be a law which punishes the rapist. And if society considers like homosexuality as unnatural, then there will be a law which punishes homosexuality. And if society considers homosexuality as ethical, then society will make a law which doesn't discourages or even protects the rights of homosexual persons, right? So that is the law, right? So these are the things we have already discussed, and this is the notes on law. Now let's come to rules. By laws or rules, अब क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं हम laws or rules? Because if you see in 2020, see this is a question asked in UPSC 2020 paper. That is, distinguish between laws and rules, discuss the role of ethics in formulating them. So distinguish between laws and rules and discuss the role of ethics in formulating them. So that's why we need to study about what are laws and what are rules and what are the differences between them. So here, so rules are what? While laws are system of rules and regulations set by legislative body to regulate actions of people, on the other hand, rules are standard set of instructions to operationalize the law. Standard set of instructions to operationalize law. Instructions to operationalize law. Right? To operationalize law. So what do we mean by operationalize of law? See, Companies Act. See, this is what law made by the parliament. Law is made to govern private sector. Rules are made under Companies Act. Rules are made under Companies Act, which calls for CSR funding in certain activities. Rules are made under Companies Act, which calls for CSR funding. CSR funding in certain activities, उसके लिए rules बनाया. So basically laws है, ठीक है? Laws are what? Basic frameworks. भाई ये करना है, ये नहीं करना है, ये करेगा तो ये सजा है, ये वो पार्लियामेंट बनाएगी. अब rules है, rules are made by executive to better implement laws. To better implement laws. Right? So differences देखो, ये इधर देखते अच्छे से समझ में आएगा. So difference between laws and rules. See, laws are system of rules and regulations set up by legislative bodies to regulate actions of people. To regulate the actions of people. To regulate the actions of people. So laws are system of rules and regulations set up by legislative bodies to regulate the actions of people. Okay. And rules are standard set of instructions to operationalize law. Standard set of instructions to operationalize law. That is rules. Rules are standard set of instructions to operationalize law. Law को अच्छे से operationalize और function करने के लिए rules are framed. Law is skeletal framework with broad objectives. So if law is a body, so law provides skeletal framework. ठीक है? Skeletal framework, ribs वगैरह सब skeletal framework law provides. Right? Skeletal framework law provides. Right? This is the law. On the other hand, rules are muscles and organs that fill the skeletal structure of laws. So these muscles are added. Those muscles are loose rules and organs. So basic structure, skeletal framework laws provide करता है, and rules are muscles and organs that fill the skeletal structure of law. That fill the skeletal structure of law. Fill the skeletal structure of law. Okay. Then laws are relatively rigid. Once made, need a parliamentary amendment to modify them. They are rigid. They are rigid in the sense that they are rigid, relatively rigid in the sense that once made, need parliamentary amendment to modify them. Parliamentary amendment to modify them. Rules are flexible. Rules are flexible and can be changed by the executive, as per the dynamics of administration. As per the dynamics of administration. So executive can be changed by the executive as per the dynamics of administration. Right? Laws are made by parliament, rules are made by the executive. Then laws demand total subjugation of an individual before them. Although they are accepted to be followed, they generally do not carry the same force of law. So rules are basically, see, agar law violate kiya, to you will be punished. Rules, you will be punished or some leniency will be there. Itna rigid nahi hai rules, because rules ka basic framework is what? To implement laws better. To implement laws as per the practical needs of the society. Right? Example, Companies Act is made to govern private sector, and rules are made under Companies Act calls for CSR funding in certain activities. So rules are brought under Companies Act to implement the Companies Act properly or as per the practical needs. In fact, ये rules ये भी है. Rules क्या है? जैसे traffic rules है. In fact, जैसे प्राइवेट सेक्टर है, प्राइवेट सेक्टर दे कैन ऑल्सो मेक रूल्स, राइट? सो रूल्स कैन बी मेड बाय इवन प्राइवेट सेक्टर और ट्रैफिक रूल्स और पब्लिक organization also. And rules are not that rigid, like rules like you need to wear certain uniform to a school. That is a rule. Rules are not that rigid, right? If you violate, there can be little bit of punishment. Sometimes there is no punishment also. So on the other hand, if you violate the laws made by the parliament, you will be punished. So laws are very rigid. So on the other hand, rules are not that rigid, right? So that is difference between laws and rules. Okay. That is a thing. Now let's discuss basics about morals, ethics, values, and attitudes. Morals, ethics, values, and attitudes. Morals, ethics, values, attitudes. Morals, ethics, values, attitudes. Okay. So we have already discussed what is morals, what is ethics, what are values, and attitudes we will discuss in the next topic. See, if we see in syllabus, see, this is attitude. See, here we will discuss attitude and uska content, etc. So in this topic we will discuss. So now briefly understand the main function of attitude or morals or ethics. See, all these are mental constructs that often serve as instruments of behavior regulation. See, if you see, all the purpose or functions of morals, ethics, values, and attitudes. Meva is what? It is behavior regulation. By ethics hai, morals hai. What is the main purpose? Their main purpose is behavior regulation. इंडिविजुअल का बिहेवियर, सोसाइटी का बिहेवियर, उसको रेगुलेट करना ताकि लोग अच्छे से बिहेव करें, ताकि देयर इज हार्मनी इन द सोसाइटी. सो all these are mental constructs that often serve as instrument of behavior regulation. Okay, how morals, ethics, values, and attitude facilitate behavior regulation. How they do behavior regulation? How they regulate behavior? So they regulate behavior because, like, when our behavior violates our morals, we experience guilt. So when our behavior violates our morals, we experience guilt. So if see, when our behavior violates our morals, see, if morals are violated, see, my moral is not to consume alcohol. If I violate that behavior and if I consume alcohol, then I experience a sense of guilt. So इसी वजह से morals, my morals, if I follow, then I will avoid guilt. So that's how they morals, ethics, and values, they facilitate behavior regulation. Agar when our behavior violates our ethics, if our ethics are violated, if our behavior is against our ethics, then we experience a threat of social ostracization that provides an individual the feeling of shame. जैसे see our ethics, see if society's ethics is against intercaste marriage, ठीक है, against intercaste marriage, against intercaste marriage. See, if it is against intercaste marriage, then we experience a threat of social ostracization that produces in the individual the feeling of shame. So when if it is against our ethics, society ka ethics against you do go for an intercaste marriage, then the society will ostracate you. See, boycott करेंगे, social boycott करेंगे, तुम्हारे family को boycott करेंगे. So that's why when you do that, you feel a sense of shame. So to avoid that, you will abide by the ethics of the society. Okay, so that is again behavior regulation. So behavior, you will be regulated. So your behavior is to go for intra-caste marriage, not intercaste marriage. So then when our behavior violates our values, we experience conflict. If our behavior is against our values, then we experience conflict. If our behavior is against our values of gender equality, then you will face conflict within yourself, right? Then when our behavior violates our attitudes, we experience dissonance. Ab dissonance क्या है? Dissonance is a sense of feeling bad. Inner dissonance. खुद को बुरा feel करोगे. That is dissonance, right? So like this, so main function of morals, ethics and values is behavior regulation. So अपना behavior को society में individuals का behavior regulate करना is the main purpose of values, morals, ethics, etc. ठीक है? So morals, ethics, values and attitudes, they all lead to certain kind of behavior. अगर अच्छा morals है, your behavior is good. अगर अच्छा morals नहीं है, your behavior would be bad. So behavior can be seen in verbal behavior and non-verbal behavior. ठीक है? So which can be observed and measured. So behavior. So indirectly through behavior we can know person's morals, ethics, values and attitudes. Through behavior of person, behavior of individual, we can know the values, morals and ethics of a person. Okay. So verbal behavior and non-verbal behavior. So law is a formal instrument of behavior control that is enacted by competent legislative body and enforced by the state. So law is a formal instrument of behavior control that is enacted by competent legislature. So basically this is definition of law. Okay. So now let's see connection between morals, ethics and laws. Morals, ethics and laws. See, yesterday also we have discussed, see, morals. So if we see, this is morals. Okay. So there will be some commonality between morals and ethics. Okay. Because what you consider right, entire society may also consider it as right. And if we see laws, so these are laws. So if we see morals are what? Morals are individual oriented, and ethics is society oriented, and laws are made by the government or legislature. Laws are made by government or legislature, right? So morals represents individual conscience. Ethics represents social conscience, and laws represents national conscience. National conscience. Conscience is inner voice. So morals are individuals' inner voice, and ethics are society's inner voice, and laws are nationals, entire nation में laws बनता है. So see, this is the area where there is commonality. जैसे see, this is the ideal situation where morals, ethics, and laws are common. That is, if individual is thinking individual and society and laws all are common. That is, individuals' morals, society's ethics, and laws are common or on the same line. Whatever individual is thinking it is right or it is moral, society is also thinking it is ethical. And law is also made to enforce ethical standards. So this is the ideal situation. Okay, and this is the area where morals and ethics are common, and this is the area where morals and laws are common. Laws, ethics are common. So these are the things. If we see in ideal society, so morals and ethics and laws, they are coordinate. So morals, ethics, and laws, they are same. So if we see like developed countries, like Scandinavian countries, where persons' morals and society's ethics and laws made by the nation are in consonance with each other. अगर सोसाइटी अलग सोसाइटीज में इंडिविजुअल कुछ और सोचेगा, मोरल्स ethics कुछ और होगा और laws कुछ और होगा. See, if we see in India also, many laws are opposed by many people, and many laws are opposed by many societies because the laws are not in consonance with morals of individuals or ethics of society. So, अगर this is ideal and बहुत कंट्रीज में क्या होता है, morals अलग है, ethics अलग है, ठीक है, laws अलग है. ठीक है, laws made by government is making laws on something else, and people's ethics are different and morals are different. So when this happens, there will be a conflict in these societies. There will be a conflict. So our ideal is to make laws, morals, and ethics in consonance. In consonance, there is some coordination between laws, morals, and ethics. So this is the thing. Like, so this is the connection between. So now let's see. So this is C. So morals which run on personal conscience, because morals are individual centric, and ethics run on societal conscience, and laws run on national conscience. So morals, ethics, and laws, their main function is behavior regulation. Okay. So functions of morals, ethics, values, and attitudes. So functions of morals, ethics, and values, that is, इनका काम क्या है, ये function क्या करती है, ठीक है. So that is, so morals, ethics, values, and attitude facilitate judgment and decision making. So judgment and decision making. So it is why it is important to have morals, ethics, values, and attitudes, because it helps in decision making by reducing number of behavioral choices that are available to an individual. Let's see the example. How morals, ethics, values, and attitudes facilitate in decision making and making a judgment. See, you got an admission in Harvard University. So you are planning to go to Harvard and study there for 2 years. But your father got ill. And he needs serious attention. He needs your presence. So your morals, ethics, values, and attitudes, they say family comes first. and family is important. So you need to be there for your father. So you will stay in India and you will not go to Harvard. Rather, you will go to next year or you will go after your father's health gets better. So that is, so morals, ethics, values and attitudes, they help in decision making. They help in decision making, right? They help in decision making and making judgment. Agar if you act against your morals, see, your morals say family comes first, but somehow you go to Harvard and you are studying there. There you feel a sense of guilt. You feel a sense of shame. You feel inner dissonance because कि तुम्हें हमेशा यही लगता रहेगा कि यार मेरे फैमिली को जरूरत थी, मेरे पापा को मेरी जरूरत थी, बट आई हैव चूजन माई करियर ओवर माई फैमिली. You will feel bad about the decisions you have taken, right? So morals, ethics, values, and attitudes facilitate judgment and decision making. On the other hand, see, this is the function. So help in judgment and decision making. हमें decision making में अगर दो choices है, क्या choose करना है help करेगा. If you want to drink alcohol, you want to go to pub, or whether you don't want to go to pub. So in that decision making, it will help. So morals, ethics, values, and attitudes provides individual an identity which in turn facilitates individuals organized existence in his environment. Provide individual an identity which in turn facilitates individuals organized existence in an environment. Your morals, your ethics, and your values, they provide you with an identity. They provide you with an identity. So you are what? You are nothing but your values, your morals, your ethics, and your attitudes. So it will provide you an identity. See, this is the person, which in turn facilitates your individual's organized existence in the environment. So your values will give you an identity and you will try to live by that identity. So that will give individual organized existence. So you will behave as per your values. So that will give you an organized. And another thing is morals, ethics, values, and attitudes reduce social conflict, and paves way for social integration. Because see, morals hai, ethics hai, values hai, attitudes hai. If society is saying non-vegetarian food is good, so non-vegetarian food is bad, one must not consume, and alcohol is bad, consumption of alcohol is bad. See, if society is agreed upon them, so there won't be any conflict because most of them are not consuming non-vegetarian food or not drinking alcohol. Agar morals, ethics में agree नहीं है, then there will be conflict. In fact, जैसे secularism, जैसे religious tolerance, if morals, ethics, values and attitudes say कि by religious harmony है. So if morals ये सब है on the basis of religious harmony, everyone is equal, every individual have the right to practice their own religion, then it will reduce social conflict and paves way for social integration. So that is the function of morals, ethics, values. That's why it is important. Morals, ethics, and values are important to reduce social conflict and paves way for social integration. Morals, ethics, values, and attitudes motivates human action and makes individuals to assume responsibility for their actions. Motivates human actions. So morals, ethics, values motivates human actions and makes individual to assume responsibility for their actions. See, it is your morals, it is your values. अगर कुछ गलत हो रहा है, see, say if someone is doing injustice to someone, like say there is religious discrimination against them. So your morals, your ethics, your values, and your attitudes motivates human action. You will go and act. जैसे गांधी है, जैसे राजा राम मोहन राय. Why did he fought against Sati? Why he fought against Sati? Because Raja Ram Mohan Rai's morals, ethics, values, and attitudes are against Sati. So those morals, ethics, values, and attitudes motivated Raja Ram Mohan Roy to take actions against Sati. So these morals, ethics, values, and attitudes which motivates human actions and makes individuals to assume responsibility for their actions. Individuals to assume responsibility for their actions. Okay. Then आता है fifth point, that is morals, ethics, values, and attitudes increases the commitment to do what is right, good, and proper. So it is morals, ethics, values, and attitude increase your commitment to do what is right. So you will do what is right, what is good, and what is proper. And then morals, ethics, values, and attitudes often serves as effective evaluative tool. Evaluative tool means, see, you have done some action or somebody has done some action. Whether that action is right or wrong. Whether that action is right or wrong. So you will be able to evaluate that based on your morals, your ethics, your values, and your attitudes. Okay. So often they serve as an effective evaluative tool. Effective evaluative tool. So as effective evaluative tool. So living one's life in accordance with one's morals, ethics, values, and attitudes not only provide individual the self-satisfaction, but also social recognition as well. So living in one's life according with morals, ethics, values, and attitudes not only provide individual the self-satisfaction, but also social recognition as well. So it will, if you are living as per your morals, as per your ethics, and as per your values, it will lead to individual satisfaction and it will also lead to social recognition. And morals, ethics, values, and attitude facilitate realization of true self by creating non-judgmental acceptance of oneself and others. Realization of one's true self by creating non-judgmental acceptance of oneself and others. Okay. Your true self समझने में your morals, ethics, values, and attitudes facilitate realization of true self. So this is the functions of morals, ethics, values. So functions means what does morals, ethics, values say? So they help you in decision making. They help you in providing you with identity. They help reduce social conflict and promote social harmony. They motivate human actions. So all these are functions. So with this, we're done. Now let's discuss. See, these are the basic things we have already discussed. See, morals, when they become accepted at society level, they become ethics. And ethics applied at individual level, they become morals. So this is the simple Venn diagram of morals and ethics. So how morals at societal level leads to ethics and ethics at a personal level lead to morals, right? Right. Then see, morals, ethics, and laws ka we have already discussed. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, abolition of sati is his moral. So he considers sati as immoral and he fought against sati. And when he convinced society that sati is illegal, so it becomes ethics of society. Then he also convinced government. So anti-sati law has been brought. So morals, ethics, and laws, they travel like this. Morals, ethics, and laws. So at individual level, society level, and formation of laws. Then values are good or bad at individual level. They are morals, right? And morals, they decide individual behavior based on one's moral, one individual behaves. So individual behavior. And values, good or bad at societal level. So अगर value good है, ठीक है, so वो becomes ethics. अगर bad है at societal level, it becomes unethical. So उसके basis पे society का behavior will be judged. And value objectified, it becomes attitudes. So values which are objectified. So we will discuss about this in the attitudes topic. Okay. So that also attitudes also decide our behavior, right? Then see, ethics gives rise to norms. Norms can be either formal. अगर formal norms है तो that is laws, formal and explicit. and norms can be rules and regulations also. Okay, so this is like ethics, how they are linked to laws and rules and regulations. Ethics से laws, rules and regulations बनता है. ठीक है, so this is the thing. Then one more thing is values, morals and ethics. So we have already discussed this in the last class. That is, every moral is a value. See, value is this one. This is value, this circle. So values are broader things, and every moral is a value. So moral are part of values, and every ethics is a value. See, ethics is also part of value. Okay. Then every moral and ethics is a value. Every moral and ethics is a value. Moral and ethics is a part of value, right? Part of values. However, all values are not ethics. See, these are values which are not ethics. Basic things we have already discussed. Just Venn diagram बना हुआ है class में, इसीलिए I am discussing. So example, values such as bravery and achievement. Bravery, achievement are usually not ethics. So with respect to bravery, so bravery these are values but not ethics. Ethics is this one. We may have other type of values like aesthetic values, scientific values and constitutional values. Ethical values are ethics. So basically what we are meaning to say here is, by values are broad, अगर values में एक part होता है morals, एक होता है ethics. So there are other values also. There are aesthetic values, constitutional values, etc., etc. So many values, scientific values, etc. Political values, economic values, etc. So values are very broad. So few values, the ethical values are ethics, moral values are morals. That's what we need to understand from this diagram. Then how, see, all इनका सबका एक ही फंक्शन क्या है? That is behavior regulation. Behavior regulation, और उनसे behavior रेगुलेट होती है या लोगों का बिहेवियर डिसाइड करते हैं. मॉरल्स, एथिक्स एंड वैल्यूज दे रेगुलेट बिहेवियर, राइट? मॉरल्स, एथिक्स एंड वैल्यूज दे रेगुलेट द बिहेवियर, राइट? So this leads to, see, this morals, see, this is values, morals, so this leads to behavior, and there are beyond this. See, our behavior, most of the times our behavior is regulated by our values or our ethics or our morals, but there are this involuntary behaviors, like very few behaviors which are not based on our values. So there are few things which we don't act, we instinctively, involuntarily we behave. Those are, most of our behavior are due to morals, ethics, values. However, few behaviors are involuntary or sudden. Few behaviors are involuntary. So involuntary behaviors or involuntary actions. Involuntary behaviors or involuntary actions. So few behaviors which are involuntary and sudden, they are called as involuntary behavior, right? Okay. So this is the basics. So let's basics को एक बार हम revise करते हैं. So in next class we will start with the syllabus, that is essence of ethics. Essence of ethics. See, this is given here. Essence of ethics is given in the syllabus. So essence of ethics. See, ethics and human interface, essence. So this one we'll be discussing in the next class. So ethics and human interface, its essence. So till now we have discussed the basics. So next class we'll go to the syllabus and each and every topic of the syllabus will be covered. That is the purpose of this course. So now let's discuss basics till we have discussed. So we have discussed morals. Okay, we have discussed ethics. We have discussed values. We have discussed laws. We have discussed rules. Okay. So morals are individual centric. Set of rules, principles, which and individual things. Set of rules and principles which individual things which are right and wrong, or which helps individual in deciding his or her choices, behavior, right? So ethics is society, which society thinks is right and wrong. Society thinks as rightness or wrongness of an action. Values. So values are also set of principles which an individual value, which a society value. See, value is what we attach to something. So this, there can be positive values, there can be negative values. So patriarchy is a positive, negative value, and gender equality is a positive value. There are universal values also, like love and compassion we have discussed. Okay. Then there are laws. Laws are minimum level of ethical standards formed by the government. And rules are the rules give muscle and organs to the laws which are skeletal. ठीक है, laws को implement करने में rules वो होती है. ठीक है. Then how moral से ethics बनता है, ethics से laws बनता है. ठीक है, that also we have discussed. Then main function of all this is what? Main function of all these things is what? Behavior regulation. Behavior regulation. Behavior regulation. If there are good ethics, good morals, good values, good laws and good rules, then it will lead to good behavior of individuals and the society at large. Okay. And they also help in decision making. ठीक है, morals, ethics, values decision making में help करती है, and they reduce social conflict, and they help in avoiding feelings of guilt, inner dissonance, etc. All these we will be studying in the next class. That is essence of ethics in human actions. Ethics and human interface, essence of ethics in next class में we will study. So now let's discuss this question. That is distinguish between laws and rules. See how to write. So simply see in this question there is no need for introduction also. You can simply write, or if you want to write introduction if you want to write, you can write 2 to 3 lines of introduction. See, laws and rules and ethics से related है. So laws and rules are derived from minimum ethical standards of the society. This can be your introduction. Then you can distinguish between laws and rules. You can make a box. Laws. Then rules. You write 1 point, 1 point, 2, 2, 3, 3. So there are various points we have discussed. Notes to bana hua diya hua hai. Then this is the first part. So this is the first part. So this first part will be having 5 marks. And this part will be having 5 marks. Total 10 marks. Then you need to discuss the role of ethics in formulating them. So role of ethics. So you will put heading. That is role of ethics in formation of laws and rules. Then you will discuss 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and make sure you write points maximum 2 to 3 lines. 2 to 3 lines. Don't write lengthy points. 5 line का एक point लिख दिया, वो नहीं. And each point should have one idea which favors कि by role of ethics in formation of laws and rules. भाई हमने decide किया role of ethics. See, laws are nothing but what? Minimum set of standards set up by the society. You can give examples. Role of ethics in formation of laws. Example of role of ethics, society ethics in formation of abolition of Sati Act. See how Raja Ram Mohan Roy formed ethics against abolition of Sati. So which forced government to form abolition of Sati Act. In fact, against section 377, how ethics of society, which taught homosexuality as natural, has led to abolition of section 377 Act. So, role of ethics in formation of laws and rules. How ethics help in formation of laws and rules, right? So, write 2-3 points. So make sure you write at least 4 points or 4 arguments. 4 points, 4 arguments to say कि ethics play important role in formation of laws and rules. You can use examples. You can use various arguments, right? Then you can say, then conclude. Conclude. So it is necessary. So you can write, it is necessary that laws are based on ethical standards of the society, and government also must respect the ethics of society while framing laws. Okay? And government can also be enforcer of ethical standards through lawmaking, like marital rape. Marital rape is unethical, so government has to make law on marital rape, right? So that can be conclusion. So that's how we will write answers to questions. So we will need to address each part, and we need to address different arguments in addressing what is asked in the question, right? So that's it for today's class. See you in the next class. So next class से proper syllabus का ethics का शुरू हो जाएगा.